This is a Pocket Kensington, and it used to be my EDC, my everyday carry, a few years ago, until it was replaced by the M2, which in turn was replaced by the Guildford Extra Slim Mini. And as you can see, I'm sort of moving down in size. If you just compare the M2 with the pocket size Kensington, let's do it that way, then you can see there's a significant difference. If we just put them there, perhaps this is a better way of doing it. Hard to gauge, but there's a difference in size. Now, before I talk about anything else, let's do some measurements with my ruler, which covers inches and centimeters. So if we just leave it there, if you can freeze frame there, and then this way. Okay, so we've got, let's put it like that. Okay, so we've got the measurements, and thickness wise, it is quite thick because we've got the full-size pocket at the back, but there we go. That gives you an idea. I'm not very good with the ruler today, am I? Of the potential thickness when it's full. Okay. So, why did I decide to use this as an everyday carry? Well, first of all, I like the colour. It's very unobtrusive. And secondly, I just thought I would experiment going down as far as an EDC from a personal size to a pocket size, and there is a significant difference, as we all know. But what I did with this was I used it with one or two modifications. First of all, I think the pocket size of paper is too small. However, what I used in here, I should really have got some paper to show you, but rather than using tabs, I used a custom size, which basically gave me utilised the full dimensions of the divider. So the paper would be this high and this wide, and that gave me a significant increase in real estate when it comes to paper. Worked very well, even without tabs. So what else did I do to this to make it a more efficient EDC? Well, you'll notice here the pocket is laying very, very flat, and that is because many years ago I just removed the zip, because if you're using a custom size of paper and utilising the full potential of a binder, excuse me, then you don't want the zip sticking up underneath the paper. So that actually worked very, very well, and on this side it's sort of reasonably smooth as well. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 card slots, credit card slots. You've got a full-size pocket down that side, a full-size pocket down this side, and you've got this really, really handy full width flap, which will, just for the purpose of this demonstration, it will take a piece of A5 paper, not completely. Okay, so that's A5, and that's as far as it will go. So if you imagine you are out and about and you are using a piece of a sheet of A4, you could fold it in half. I know sizes vary across the ponds, but certainly here, it's a very, very handy pocket, because if you are given typically a few sheets of A4, you can just fold them, put it in here, and there we go. So very, very handy. And in some ways, I wish that there was a similar wraparound pocket to my EDC Guildford Mini Extra Slim, because then I could put my bills, my paper money, inside the pocket and it would stop it sticking out. But it is a cross I bear, and because I am a slave to minimalism, so I just accept that the money sticks up. And as we know, I've spoken about this in a previous session, it's quite an advantage because you can literally just take the money out of your pocket without looking, and there we go. So I'm throwing my money everywhere here, aren't I? But let me talk about this a little bit more, because there's a couple of things I'm really impressed about this. First of all, okay, I'm a big fan of English-made vintage Filofaxes. However, there are a few models which I am very impressed by, and one of them is the Kensington. The leather on this binder, given the fact that it's taken an absolute hammering, has lasted very, very well. And although I don't use it anymore, when I did use it, I use it a lot. Okay, and as you can see, it's got a considerable amount of wear. The threads are a little bit frayed there, and where are we? Well, this is probably my fault, but we got some wear on the corners, but fairly insignificant, to be honest. And this leather is fantastic. And what is the thing that I find critical in Filofax? Flatability. Well, it's tougher the smaller you go, but this particular model, it's fantastic. I'm happy with that. So no problems with flatability. And these rings, even though I haven't actually used it for a few years, but these rings have clearly been used a lot, and the mechanism still works, and the alignment is fine, perfect. So very, very nice quality of leather, very good, tough construction. The pockets are lined with this sort of brown, this material which has the logo in the material, which is really nice. And I've been doing some spring cleaning today, so forgive me, I've got a really itchy nose with the dust, but I'm very, very happy with this. And another thing that I really, really like, which works very, very well if you're using custom size of paper, so you're not using tabs, you're producing your own paper to completely fill the interior of your binder to maximise your paper possibilities, is the outboard pen loop. So it is a standard size. I know from experience that is a standard size. I'm getting stuck here, but standard size pen loop. So I like it because it is two reasons. One is it is, you know that on some of these binders you get it's a really, really thin piece of leather, and then it's folded over, and the join is actually inside, and so there is something to catch when you put your pen in. It quite easily catches inside, but this is not constructed like this. It's just a single piece of leather, not folded over, and it's of really, really high construction. And because it's constructed in such a way that the pen loop is facing out towards the outside of the binder, you do not have this potential interference with either custom paper that is larger than as designed, or indeed the dividers. So I actually much prefer this type of pen loop compared to the inboard ones. It's personal choice, but there we go. Strap is of very, very high quality. The way that the strap is attached and stitched is very, very nice. So in general, it's really, really high quality manufacture here. The popper, which has the logo on, given the fact that that's been in and out of pockets and goodness knows what, I'm really, really surprised that A, it still exists, and B, it hasn't worn in the way that some poppers from certainly vintage binders have. As we know, it's a common problem with vintage binders, but on this one it's not, and it's very nice indeed. So that's really all I have to say, because I'm going to have to blow my nose again. I'm full of dust here. But the other thing I want to show you is the. I'm not an expert at these, but there are some people that do, and they can read these codes. But the code for this is MHK. So if anyone wants to leave something in the comments to say, not only I'd really like to know when this was made, and indeed what factory it was made. So hopefully someone will be able to tell me. Okay. So anyway, that's all I have to say. It's a very, very nice piece of kit, and although I'm not using it anymore, I'm never say never, as they say. Okay, thanks very much, and have a good day, and I'll see you next Thursday, and I'll probably have an idea for a bonus video later on this week, but stay tuned, as it were. And that's all I have to say, and goodbye.